In this video, we will show you how to make a Halloween trick-or-treat drawstring bag. There are many Halloween designs out there, so you can easily find an image that inspires you to download and use it. For the purpose of this video, we will start with a bitmap image, show you how to digitize the shape of the pumpkin, and then how to customize the pumpkin and create your own design along with the drawstring bag. Let's get started. Start with a new design and import the image you have selected. The Load Image dialog will appear, so open the image as backdrop to digitize on top of it. We will only use this upper left pumpkin, so I'll crop out the rest. Resize the design to be about 7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters or 3 by 3 inches and press OK to proceed. Now start the Outline Shapes tool and digitize the pumpkin shape. Let's create the outline shape first. By default, the tool creates connected curves, but if you want to make a corner or sharp chains, you may hold the Shift key down right before adding the point which will create the corner, turn, or with which a new curve starts. When you are done with the shape, go to View Menu Backdrop and enable the option Above Embroidery. In this way, you see the backdrop on top of the stitches. Now we can fine-tune the shape if necessary using the Node Editor. Set this orange color . Then, in the same way, we can create extra parts like the pumpkin stalk. I want my stalk to look a little different than the original one. Set this greenish color and change the fill into piping. Remove short long stitches and increase the density. Using the Stitch Flow tool, we'll change the direction of the stitches. Finally, center the stalk at the back of the design. Now it's time to design the ribs of the pumpkin. We will show you how to do this using vector type. Start Digitize Outline Shapes tool and draw lines on top of the lines of the pumpkin. Once you have created the lines, go to Rectangle Selection mode and set their outline type into vector. Hide the backdrop temporarily to have a clearer view of the effect on the design. See, it definitely looks more like a pumpkin. Now, let's change the direction of the stitches. Let's bring back the backdrop now above embroidery to create the eyes and the mouth. Remember to hold the Shift key down to make all these sharp corners. Select everything and remove all outlines. Take your time to fine-tune the design as you like. For example, I prefer the mouth to be rather smaller and make it satin. I'll also edit the eyes a little bit, probably rotate them or change their size. And my pumpkin is ready. For easier handling later on, make sure that all pumpkin parts are one group. Now, let's add some decorative parts. From this old design, we can copy the bat silhouette and bring it into our current design. Experiment with the sizes so that you strike the right balance. For instance, I'd like to make my pumpkin a little bit smaller and the bat bigger. I would also like to set this weave pattern to the bat's body for better texture. Now, using the text tool and some shapes, let's design a boo wording on the design. Start the text tool and type the letter B. You may scroll through all the available fonts to find the one suitable for your take of the design. Now you may either just type the word boo or have fun playing with it. In that case, start the ellipse tool and click and drag to create an oblong ellipse. Then press the duplicate key to create a duplicate of that ellipse. Move the second circle close to the other one so that they look like eyes. Set the fill type to satin and using the stitch flow tool, set a point direction to bring the stitches to the center of the shape. Likewise, draw 2 smaller circles to go on top of the eyes as pupils. Select all 4 circles to remove the outlines and set a matching color for the eyes pupils. As you've probably guessed by now, the intention is to have the double O of the word boo to serve as the bat's eyes at the same time. Now let's put the final touches by moving the bat, resizing it a little bit, perhaps rotating the pumpkin a bit to the right, Now, let's switch to slow redraw to check how the design is to be embroidered. Slow redraw is a useful part, as it saves you from mistakes which can be spotted early on. Let's say we don't like this part embroidered on top of the B. Select the letter B, and from the Properties toolbar, set the option Remove Overlaps to Never. In this way, the software will embroider all the white parts at the end, as we've instructed it to do. One more thing to check is the length of these lines. When measured, we realize that they are about 2 centimeters long or even longer. This is not good, as it may cause problems during production. To tackle this, rearrange the vector lines and add additional ones to create more ribs on the pumpkin. First, select the vector object and break it apart so that we can handle each rib individually. Let's move the outer ones closer to the edges of the object. Move the one in the middle. And finally create a duplicate of this one and move it to create another pumpkin rib. Take your time to achieve the best look, even using the node editor to optimize those curves. Now that we've finished with the design, let's move on to sew our own drawstring bag. We will need the following materials: fabric, assorted threads, 2 cords or ribbon about 75 centimeters or 29.5 inches long each. Tearaway stabilizer and adhesive spray are optional, and we recommend you to use the software's printout as well. Cut the fabric in 2 pieces of 35 centimeters by 35 centimeters or 13.7 inches by 13.7 inches. You may finish the edges with a pinking shears or zigzag stitch to prevent fraying. Mark the center of one of the fabrics with your pencil. Mark also 6 centimeters or 2.3 inches off the edge of the fabric. Place the fabric that you will embroider into the hoop using the guideline and printout to place the design on the right spot. And ready to begin embroidering. It's done! Now place the 2 fabrics right sides facing together. Mark 12 centimeters or 4.7 inches from the top. Let's start sewing. Now use the seam roller or iron to open the seam allowance. You may sew the raw edges so that they look neat, but make sure you keep them apart. The openings on the left and right will look like this. Now we'll fold the upper part of the bag and make the casing for the ribbon. Measure 2 centimeters or 0.8 inches from the top and fold it firmly. You may iron it to hold it in place. Further fold 5 centimeters or approximately 2 inches from the folded part. Again, you may use your iron to keep this in place. We will sew the edges first, like this. Now mark 2 centimeters or about 0.8 inches above from where you just sewed. Sew this part and the casing for the ribbon is ready. To give the bag more volume, fold the bottom corners on both sides. Mark 4 centimeters or 1.57 inches from the top of the corner, thus drawing a line of approximately 8 centimeters or 3.14 inches. Sew along this line. The bag is nearly ready. Just use your preferred cords or ribbons and get ready for happy trick-or-treating. Happy Halloween!